Hello everybody, Daz here. The build almost complete. Today I only need to change liquid to white, the one that client wants. I will be using Ice Dragon, which is the same thing as Pastel Extreme, and we'll have all white liquid everywhere. For now I run just water. Nothing wrong here, but just for sake of it, so the system works and I have something to show you. So anyways, what changes happened since last time? GPU. So that became much easier, although it's less pleasing visually in my opinion. It was much less complicated. I played with the tube routing first. I thought to run tube above GPU level and go there, but I didn't like how tube looks. And I decided that maybe it will be a little bit better if I run exit under the GPU. Go towards motherboard and we'll basically don't show anything in that area because GPU block look nice. I don't think the tube running in a very visible manner will be a nice thing to have just for the visual balance. So basically I somewhat hide it. We still have a tube here the same as before, but the rest is basically will be a little bit more discreet. Here the problem with the ports shifted. I still make a bend down, so visually we have a more or less straight line, and after that I just went towards whatever angle it is and connected directly with 90 degrees. Tube route actually simplified, and I end up with a couple fittings that I haven't used. So actually I used less fittings than originally. But what you can do, unfortunately, we not always know how things will turn. Seems like it's kind of standing on something. Oh yes, the screw. So I thought like, why it's wobbling. So when I change GPU, I figure out, we lost some bling. So what about we add some bling? Heatkiller has no provisioning for 5mm or 3mm LEDs whatsoever. So what I had to do, I took my dark side RGB light because my client insisted on RGB lights, not like any particular color. And I just used adhesive tape to tape it to the plastic. So no special tricks, nothing. It just basically attached to GPU block on dual-sided adhesive tape, and results actually very nice because instead of like 1 or 2 dots that you get usually with a 5mm round LEDs, I have 18 LEDs in the 20cm strip, and actually it's not even 20 centimeters. I took 30mm strip and cut it to the size, so I actually maximize a number of LEDs I could have it, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So I don't know if I can change color for our pleasure. So basically client wants to play with the things and maybe whatever. Today I want green and tomorrow I want blue and things like this. And so now we can do orange if we want to. Maybe this orange better. So you see, it's a lot of options, kind of fun if you want to play and change things. So for entertainment room, I think it's pretty cool result. Secondly, I needed to put some LEDs on behind the shrouds to have them like ambient light behind this radiator. So that's basically everything controlled from one controller with a bunch of splitters. So for that reason we can have the colors exactly the way we want to, and they're exactly the same on GPU and behind of shroud on this radiator. So basically I think it's not bad. Unfortunately I can't show you because camera not works very well in a totally dark environment, but results is actually very good. If this thing will hang in the wall, so the lights coming this direction, down direction, a little bit up, a little bit straight and down here too, whole GPU is highlighted like really perfect. And so when it will be on the wall, I only can visualize it, but I think it will look amazing. So it will be really add to the character of the room, and I'm kind of even jealous a little bit about this setup. It would be totally cool in my personal entertainment room in my house, so definitely good thing to have. Another small changes that I did in design, I was really like, it's bothering me beyond like any reasonable levels. This SSD was, you know, like bare green PCB, so we have all black and white and whatever, right? And this was like little strip of green, and it was just driving me mad so much. So basically, I did a kind of ghetto type of design. I took electrical tape, I cut a piece, and I just masked it. And now I'm happy. And while on it, I actually put a couple electrical tapes on this exposed IO shield, not IO shield, IO, all these ports. And I think it also looks better now. It's so you see, we get rid of those red accents, we mask a few things, and I think now it looks much balanced. You wouldn't really see, it's actually, you can't even see from this far how well I actually did it, but when it will have a acrylic glass on the front, it's, well, it will be perfect. So a few words I just would like to say, because I basically finished at this point. I would like to talk about what my take on P5 in general. Overall, I'm pleased. It has a few positive moments. Finish is good. It's really easy to work on it because it's open type of concept. There are no walls, you need to go inside of the case, so it was a breeze to access any part of the build, and basically it's really easy. For the beginner, it can't get more easy than that. It looks pretty nice if you okay with this kind of design. Size is good enough to put a quad radiator, which will be totally sufficient for dual GPU setup. If you after that, I don't think anybody will bother with three cards or 4 cards anymore. It's that day is gone. It will be some one guy for 10,000 who might do it, but realistically, I don't think we'll start seeing more than 2 GPUs. Even 1 GPU now has the power, so quad will provide is adequate cooling for CPU and GPU, even overclocked to the bone, and it still will be cool with a low level noise. So for me, I put 1150 RPM gentle typhoons, they're barely audible, and it will be total overkill still. So even if we overclock, I don't think we need faster fans because we just have so much radage here. I don't think we need any push-pull and bullshit like this. It's a total waste of money. Now, what I don't like about this case. When I built it, it's actually kind of a little bit became giving up. So it's not as sturdy as I would see. I would love to have corners more reinforced. Second thing, it's very much predefined layout of the parts. So if you don't like things like this, there's not much room to do any other design. And the longer this case will be sold, the more twins will appear. So eventually this will be like mass-produced thing. I don't know. It's just whatever car you see on the street the most, that will be the same. So uniqueness will be taken more and more away from the owners of this kind of case. For a guy like me, it's a little bit disadvantage because I just want to be different no matter what. So mainstream, I hate, end of story. But it's my problem. It could be not a problem for you. And the last thing that I would also put as a disadvantage is that because it's an open type of case, even with slow fans and stuff like this, it still will be more noise level to a certain degree, but still more noise level with a totally closed case when everything is inside. Everything exposed for a certain level of dust falling down. If you have a clean house with good ventilation system, it's not a problem. You can dust it the same way as the furniture. But if you live in a city with a lot of pollution or just a lot of dust in the air because it's, I don't know, it's like a desert type of things and stuff like this, you will start seeing a lot of stuff accumulating on this your components, and not much you really can do about it. Obviously, closed type of case could be probably a bit better solution, in my opinion, in such environment. But if you absolutely in a clean setup of living, it wouldn't be matter. So that's the thing about this particular case. I very much was interesting to make it. That's what I'm like to say. I don't think I will want to do it second time, but for one time it's really cool. I also heard the news that Thermaltake now releasing the new model called P3, which is basically a triple radiator setup. So you might have the similar thing, just a tad smaller. So that's a little bit variety here. Layout still will be exactly the same, but nevertheless, if you don't need that monster, you might have something a little bit smaller and more compact if you don't really need so much space, or don't want to have so much space. Alright guys, that's my take on this thing. I will change the liquid and film it, and not sure I can offer you any more advice. We just finish it up and look how it looks after we complete it. So I showed you how to look with clear liquid, and after that we'll see how to look with a white liquid. End of story. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I will be continue in a second.